Hey guys, welcome to another Dungeons How to Play Robots and Rockets. It's a short, quick and easy to play card game for 2 to 4 people, suitable for anyone from my kids 6 and 7 upwards, but complex enough that I enjoy playing it with my friends. As per usual, we'll flip the camera down, I'll teach you how to play, and then I'm going to be joined by Dan and we'll do a demo game for you. In Robots and Rockets, you take on the role of an intergalactic travel agency. Your goal is to get as many tourist robots as possible to their choice of interplanetary destination. To do this, you will be using Robots cards, Rockets cards, and contract cards, of which there are 4. When first setting up the game, these contract cards are put to the side. They're only used for scoring at the end, so we'll detail that later. Take each of the other decks, shuffle them, and then place them like so. That forms the draw deck for robots, the draw deck for rockets, and a discard pile in the middle. Next, we deal each player 5 cards. And turn up the top 4 rocket cards like so. These represent the rockets, and each card shows which destination or destinations that rocket will be visiting. All the cards are beautifully detailed with color coding and little pips, numbers and wording to show all the information you need. So this rocket has 6 seats, as it can be seen by the number 6, 6 pips, and it's going to Venus and Saturn, both of which are color coded. It may not seem like a huge thing, but when you're playing the game and trying to quickly ascertain what you can and can't do, it's amazingly useful. A player's turn can be divided into 2 separate phases. On the first phase, the player may play a special card from their hand or discard one of their special cards and draw 2 cards from the robot deck. I won't go into details of that right now because the effects of the special action cards will make more sense once you understand how to place robots. That phase is 100% optional. You can play a special card, or you can discard, or you can do nothing. The second phase is the robot allocation phase, which is mandatory. You must place either a single rocket from the cards in your hand onto one of the rocket ships, or play multiple robots. If you find you're unable to play anything at all, you are able to discard any number of cards from your hand and draw back up to 5. But that is only if you're unable to play a card. If you can play a robot, you must play a robot. So the way placing robots works is as follows. Here's a hand I prepared earlier. As you can see, robots cards look like this. They've all got the same indicators as the rocket cards. I've got a number in the corner, the wording, the colouring, the pips, the illustration shows the number of robots relative to the particular number on that card. So this card here represents 3 robots that want to go to Venus, 2 that want to go to Saturn, 2 that want to go to Jupiter. But when you're holding the cards in your hand, you can quickly and easily see, right, there's 2 green, 2 yellow, and 4 blue. So the first action on your turn is that you may place a single robot on a ship that is going to the destination they want. You can never play more robots than there are seats. So in this case, 2 out of 3 seats. That leaves 1 seat remaining. The other action you may perform is that you can place as many robots as will fit of the same colour on a spaceship. So for example, we could play 4 robots going to Venus there. In this example, we actually have enough to complete the ship, but you can't play all 3 of those cards at once because they're different colours. If you had, say, that, you don't have to play them both at once. You could choose to play one this turn and then next turn play a different one. The only rule is that, as I said, if you've got robots in your hand and you can play them, you must play them. Very Fight Clubby. Once you've played your cards, if your hand is below 5, you draw new cards to bring your hand back up to 5 cards. Once the capacity of a rocket has been filled, so that's 631, say the other person did nothing. Oh, hang on, the other person's here. Right, the other person did that, and then I decided to do I don't know why they do that, but anyway, I decided to do that. Then I would take that rocket ship and all the associated rockets and put it face down on the table in front of me and draw a new rocket card. Players take it in turns to play cards and resolve rockets, and they keep going until the draw deck is empty, at which point the game ends and you start tallying the scores. But before I do that, I'll get back to the special options. So I'll just put these back for a second so we can... Okay, so in Robots and Rockets there are 4 different action cards. The first is Tractor Beam. What that lets you do is if you play, and you remember the first phase is playing an action card, if you chose to play that, you are able to take a completed rocket from in front of another player and put it in front of yourself. The next action card is a reactive card, and if someone plays a Tractor Beam and you happen to have a Force Field card in your hand, you can play that to cancel their Tractor Beam card. The next card you can play is called a Robot Transfer card. Now what that lets you do is move any number of the same colour robots from one shuttle to another. The same rules apply as placing the robots though. If, for example, there was that ship, you couldn't take everyone. You could take all the blue or all the yellow. Likewise, if you were going to move... Well, it's not another blue ship. If you were going to move... That doesn't work. All right. Bear with me a sec. Say it looked like that, and I played a Robot Transfer and I wanted to move all of those to that shuttle. I couldn't do that because it's only got 6 seats. I could, however, move 2 of them, finish that shuttle and take that for myself. The last card is an Orbit card. The way this works is, say on my turn I play an orbit on... So I've got that in my hand. Okay, so on my turn I have these cards in my hand. And I play... Sorry. And I want to claim this shuttle. Now I have 3, 4, 5, 6, but I can't play both these cards on the same turn. What I might do is for my action phase, I might play an Orbit card and I'll put that shuttle into orbit. Then for my Robots phase, I will play 1 blue. Then I draw my hand back up to 5. Now nobody else can touch that rocket. They can't transfer robots off, they can't put robots on, they can't do anything with it at all until my next turn. So say I did that, then that person has their turn, you have your turn, next person has their turn, it's back to my turn, the orbit is removed, and I could now play that and claim that shuttle. So, to go back to the beginning, each player has 5 cards in their hand. The first phase is the special action phase. A player may either play one of their action cards, or if they didn't want to play an action card, they could discard one of their action cards and draw 2 additional cards instead, thus giving them a higher chance of getting robots that they may need to fill a shuttle. Both of those actions are optional. You don't have to play an action card and you don't have to discard an action card. You can bypass that phase completely if you wish. The next phase, the robot allocation phase, is mandatory, however. So, if you can play a card, in this case I can play that one, or that one, or that one, I can play a lot of cards. If I can play a card, I must play a card. So I play that one, and I grab that rocket, and we reveal another. Just move it down a bit. In that particular instance, because I discarded my force field and gained 2 cards, I'm now at a hand of 5, so I actually wouldn't draw any cards. Normally at the end of your turn, you'd be under 5, so you'd draw back up to 5. So phase 1, optional, play action cards or discard 1 for 2 additional robot cards. Phase 2, play robot cards if you can. If you can't, you may discard any number of cards and then draw back up to 5 if you have room in your hand. Play then continues until this robot deck is empty. So you keep drawing, playing cards, taking rockets, etc, etc, until the last card is taken into somebody's hand. like so. Then players continue to take turns until everyone has played all the cards that they can. Remembering that, of course, you have to play rockets if you can. Once that's done, it's time to score. So I'm just going to quickly make up some rockets here in front of me. Okay, so let's pretend that we ended the game like that. Normally you wouldn't have so few ships, but for the sake of this example we do. You remove all the uncompleted rocket ships, cards from the game, all the other cards, and you just are left with the rockets that were completed by each player. Then each player counts the number of cards in their hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't reveal those cards to the other players, that's just for the video. Then you flip over the 4 contract cards that I showed you at the beginning of the game. Each represents a planet that you represent in your intergalactic travel agency. You will only score points for robots that you have delivered to these particular planets. So starting with the player who has the least number of cards in their hand, both robots and rocket cards, players are able to choose a contract. So this player would go first, would go first, and you go, right, I would like the yellow contract because you're going to get 6 points. Then I might look at my hand and say, well, I would like the blue contract for 4 points. Then you'd look at it and go, well, I don't really care because I can't have any other contract. So I'll do that, and then I take green. Then we score points based on how many passengers we delivered to those locations. So in this case, I would get 6 points, and you would get 6 points, and that would be a draw. Very good for the example. You wouldn't get any points for any robots that you delivered to destinations that weren't on your contracts. In the case of a tie like that, all players who have the highest number of cards share the victory. So in this case it's a 2-player game, so we both win. In a 3-player game, players choose their contracts. Player 1, next player, player 2, player 3, and that one doesn't go to anybody. In a 4-player game you get 1 contract each. So in a 2-player game you get 2 contracts each, taking alternate turns to collect. And in a 3 and 4-player game, you just get 1 each. And that's pretty much it. I'll flick the camera around again now, and Dan and I will play a quick demo game for you so you can see it in action. Okay, so I'm here with Dan, and we're going to play a demo game of robots and rockets. As I said 2 seconds ago, probably don't need to say it again. No, don't shuffle them, I've stacked that deck.
Oh, it's a shame.
Damn it. That's alright, you dealt to me first anyway. Oh, okay. So I go first because I'm the youngest, you old man.
Sure.
I'm pretty certain that's what it says in the rules, youngest player. Right. Let me just check, I don't want this...
Your deck, your table, and I'm drinking your beer.
Starting with the youngest player. This is why I played with you instead of Lily.
Off you go, young'un. Your turn, young'un.
I'd rather go second. Okay, I'm going to play no special cards and 1 robot card.
I'm going to play no actions and a robot card.
The slow game.
It's the minimal passenger defense.
Robot transfer. That guy's going to go there. And then 2 robot cards, 2 blue, brings us up to 6.
Nice.
And that rocket, for the time being, is mine. And I draw 3 cards. 2 free kittens. Oh, come on. That's 3 cards.
If I don't damage the cards, that's 6 yellow passengers going to Saturn. Sorry, no actions by the way. And 2 replacements.
I'm going to play no actions and 1 robot card before going to Mars. Actually, I'll just pull that down a bit so you can still see the colours of who's required.
No actions, 1 going to Venus.
I think you should tell the camera what your strategy is and your plans for future moves.
My strategy is to not let Dave get any rockets and for me to get them all.
Okay, I'm going to play no actions. Yep, no actions and 2 robots there. Oh, come on.
Okay. No actions, 2 robots over there.
2 what?
Robots. Robots.
You said
2 robots. 2 robots on the rockets.
I'm going to turf an orbit for 2 cards. Ah! And we're going to have 1 robot going to Venus. And I don't draw because I'm already at 5.
No actions. 5 more robots going to V.
Oh,
Fill
wow.
that lovely big rocket.
Nicely done.
All for me.
I'm going to try and steal that rocket.
Play a
Knew
fourth.
you'd have one of them.
course.
You always have one of them.
That's the other half of my strategy.
It's not a strategy picking up 1 of 4 cards.
To always hold one in your hand.
2 robots. There.
Four robots filling that rocket. 12. 2, 3. Lovely.
One robot. Going to Jupiter. I'll have to put some space music over these thoughtful silences.
Absolutely. I'm going to, in lieu of an action, discard a robot transfer and draw 2 more.
But you could have moved that single robot to any other ship.
I know. Crazy, aren't I?
Yeah.
Just crazy.
Balls are crazy.
And I'll play just 1 robot there. I have 5 cards, nothing to draw.
I'll just do that. Grab a cheapie.
I'm going to place
Lots
that
of 9s.
rocket into orbit. Draw 2 cards.
I'm going to fire a rocket at that ship. Taken. Alright, in that case, I am going to do that.
Orbit. It's gone.
Oh, in that case.
I'm going to robot transfer. That to there, that's 8. 9.
Nicely done. Not nicely for me. I'm going to turf a robot transfer for 2 cards. Oh, meh. Let's do that. but for 2 cards. I'll do that.
No actions, 1 robot there.
Action of Tractor Beam. Really?
Force field.
1 robot going to Mars.
Two more robots on that rocket.
And another one. Nearing the bottom of the deck. Finally, I had 5.
Something I might have just said to myself that turn.
Oh, God, they're both the same. No.
Nice.
I think I've got a pretty even spread across all the different colours, though. You know what I mean? I don't really.
Do you now if I play a tractor beam?
Yeah, finally.
It's worth a shot.
I've been holding on to 2 force fields, clogging up my hand since the start. It's a bad strategy, but
I still need to play some robots. And this is the pointy end of the game, folks. Don't like any of the moves. Don't like any of the moves. So, no choice.
6. I'll tractor beam that big stack there.
Ouch! Something tells me I'm not winning this game now.
I don't know. Oh, actually.
I know.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't realise we were there. Maybe holding on to those force fields was a good idea after all, because I knew when to use that final tractor beam.
I can't see any good outcome for me in this.
Now, don't forget, if you can opt to play an action card, but you must play robots if you can.
Understood.
Preferably something that would help me get a rocket.
Oh, understood. Yeah. Okay, well, the action I will play will be to orbit that rocket. If I can't, no one can. And then play those robots there.
Well played.
Thank you.
I cannot do anything, so I'm going to discard that force field.
I cannot do anything either.
So you got to discard.
Well,
Wow.
sorry,
more.
I have one more move.
Oh yeah, so you have to play
yes.
because you can. And unfortunately, you gave me that rocket. When you put it into orbit, I thought, he's got it. But you'd have to play the 2 on there anyway, so...
Just for shits and giggles, let's just turn up this one. Oh,
Well,
fantastic.
some of us still have cards to
I
play.
can't play that card.
I'll throw it out, come
Game
on.
over.
Alrighty, so now we count up how many cards we've got.
I'm guessing I've got the least.
This is really why I wanted to record this game. See, Dan won the last game, but the recording didn't work.
Resounding defeat.
Yeah, 2 in a row, actually.
Actually, it was quite a good night that night.
I've got a pretty even
So I've got
spread here.
14 cards.
Get rid of all these. I've got more than 14. 2, 4, 6, 8,
Yep, I'm going to say yeah. You do.
12, 14, hang on. 16, 18, 20, 21, 23, 25, 27, 29, 31.
Okay.
So you go first.
I will take red.
Yeah, can you have choice? I'll just go with green. Alright, so red and yellow are no good for me.
I've got 20 points.
13, 18, 20,
Done.
23, 26. Bit closer than... oh, good
Good
game.
game.
I cannot believe that.
Just
I
out
think
of
that is the
interest.
first time I've ever beaten you.
Let's just have a look here.
Yeah, they were shorter stacks. I just did it
No.
based on that, and there was...
I should have.
Oh, are you talking about blocking me?
So I should have actually left you the yellow and taken a green.
Yeah, but normally I did mine face up, but normally you'd be
Yeah, true.
looking at them in
Very
your
true.
hand, so you wouldn't know what to block me, right?
Very true.
Cool,
There was
good game.
No way I was winning that.
Well, I thought you were at the start.
And close.
With all
Didn't have
the,
that last force field that we needed.
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope that's been instructional. Stay tuned and see you later.
Bye.
Stay tuned. It's YouTube.
Stay tuned.
Hey, thanks for watching our video. If you like what we do, please click like and leave a comment below. Feedback's always useful and likes are always appreciated. You can also click subscribe and check out our other How to Play videos. We also do playthroughs for video games and reviews. If reading's more your thing, be sure to head over to anotherdungeon.com and check out all our previews, reviews and other written articles. Thanks again for watching. Bye!